So Wagner starts off the bottom of the second with a stand-up double. Puts himself in scoring position. Jacob Earl now steps in for the Tigers. Tiger catcher. See if he can get his battery mate at second around the bases as the Tigers down 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Inside for a ball. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Earl. Fouled off the bottom of the cage here. And the 2-1, foul back, same spot. Gives a nice thump here off the padding, off the bottom of the backstop. Two balls, 2 strikes. Again, Wagner at second. Here's the 2-2. That one roped into left field. No, and that's going to get behind the left fielder. Wagner's going to turn. He's going to head to home. Throw comes in, cut off at third. Throw comes down to second. And Earl out on second, but he will get the RBI as the Tigers tie it up here in the bottom of the second. Seven to 5-4 for the first out of the inning, as Earl tried to extend that hit and reach second base, but that ball was cut off nicely there by the third baseman Holden Smith. Fired over to second to gun down Earl, but Earl does the job, gets the RBI, ties things up here in the bottom of the second at 1 apiece. Designated hitter Ben Gust in for the Tigers. Swung at one high and inside for strike 2. Ball 2 there on deck for the Tigers. Riley Bushak, right fielder. The 2-2. Lifted high up in the air. And settling under it. Nice job there by the catcher, Casey Hoffman. That's a tough one to handle. That ball was hit high in the air. And that ball drifts around just a little bit. Hoffman did a nice job staying under it. Staying with it for out number 2. Left-handed batting Bushak steps in for the Tigers. And nobody on. 1 across in the bottom of the second for Marshfield. Ground ball. Shortstop ranging over. Fires down to first and in time for out number 3. But the Tigers do even it up as they cash in a leadoff double from Preston Wagner. RBI Jacob Earl, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Top of the third is next.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value store, is located in downtown Marshfield.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
All right, top of the third. Bottom of the order is Alex Gerke up now, and then to the top of the order, Bonnell and Becker due up for the Blue Jays here in the top of the third. Wagner hits the bottom of the strike zone for strike one, 1-1 the count. Two balls, one strike, and hits the inside corner for strike two. And the 2-2. Outside ball three. Up and out of play. Nice job there by Gerke, staying alive on the full count. And 3-2 again, fouled back. Gerke finding just enough to see another pitch from Wagner. Wagner finds a pitch he likes. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Wagner. Brings up the top of the order, Chase Bunnell. I was saying Bonnell earlier. I heard from behind me Bunnell. Either way, Chase is up. In the dirt. In the carpet. What? Yeah, it's not exactly dirt out there. But, and that's why we get to play here today, because it's not. Strike there. Nice placement by Wagner. One ball, one strike. Chase reached on a single, his first time up back in the top of the first. Outside, ball two. Wagner looked down on the mound after that pitch. Wasn't exactly sure what he saw there. Thought his footing maybe was just a bit loose.
What radio?
That one ripped into right center field. Bunnell is going to turn and look for two. The throw comes in from Bushak. Cut off there, and a double with one out for Bunnell. Merrill Blue Jay dugout excited, and they're looking for action here in the top of the third. Brings up Peyton Becker. Becker grounded into a double play back in the top of the first. RBI opportunity here for Becker in the top of the third. Low for a ball. Ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Wagner fires back to second, not in time. Bunnell able to easily get back in. Garrett Murray says, "Go Marshfield." Thank you, Garrett, for tuning in today. Make sure to tell your friends that we are live, and we've got Marshfield baseball here. Doubleheader. This is game 1. That one lifted into right. Bushak under it, and no tag coming from Bunnell. Throw comes into Krieger. 2 outs. Brings up Pearson Pyan. And you're wondering if I call out everybody on the chat? Yes, I do. So those of you watching, feel free to send a message in the chat box below. Got questions about the broadcast, or want to know when the next one is, or want to know what in the world these guys are doing broadcasting high school baseball? Just type it in there down below. We will help you out. Two out, rip into right field is right at Bushak for the 3rd out. Pyan hit it right to him. Bushak had to step 1 foot in for out number 3. 1 left on for the Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Score remains 1-1.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage payment?
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit. At Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to purchase or refinance.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
Check out Clemmy Sales, located at 125 North 2nd Avenue in Stratford. For over a century, Clemmy Sales has been your #1 trusted Chevrolet dealership. From beginning to end in your car buying process, Clemmy will treat you like family each and every visit. Head on down to Clemmy Sales today to check out all their inventory, including the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado. Clemmy Sales, proud supporters of local high school athletics.
Thanks again to friends like Clemmy Sales in Stratford for making broadcast here available to you completely free, as they do all year long. Speaking of Stratford, we've got more live sports coming up later this afternoon as we will move westward to Mauston, and we will show you Stratford Edgar, and we will show you game 2 of their baseball doubleheader, Merrill Conference baseball, happening at Woodside Sports in Mauston. We're at Woodside Sports here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball. And for the purposes of this game, the visiting Merrill Blue Jays, the home Marshfield Tigers. Tigers send Isaac Meverton up here in the bottom of the 3rd, and then we go to the top of the order, Krieger and Bowman after Meverton. Low for a ball. And Chase Bunnell still pitching here for the Blue Jays. It was Bunnell with that double in the top half of the inning, but Blue Jays couldn't get him around. Strike there at the top of the strike zone for Bunnell. Blue Jays scratching their first run across on a balk. And the Tigers got an RBI from Jacob Earl in the bottom of the 2nd inning, just last inning. Tie things up. That's where we stand now at 1 run apiece. Two balls, 1 strike. Bunnell ready, and here it is. Fouled into the catcher's chest protector. And Hoffman took that one off his chest for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, if you hear cheering and other action behind us or in the background, that's JV, Merrill Marshfield JV action going on. Off-speed pitch there, and Meverden stayed back on it and lands it in fair territory. Meverden's going to round first, headed to second. Throw cut off there, and Meverden lead off double as he slides in and on the base at second base. Nice piece of hitting there by Meverden to stay back on that off-speed pitch. Still with that, it took it everything, staying back as long as he could, and still pulled it down the left field line just fair. In baseball, just fair is still fair. And leadoff double for Meverden brings Ryan Krieger to the plate. Krieger lined out to short. This pass ball here, and that'll send Meverden down to third. But Krieger lined out to short his first time up back in the bottom of the first. Now he's got Meverden on third. Anything out of the infield should score Meverden from third and break the 1-1 tie. Low and hit the plate, bounced high in the air, and Meverden able to scamper home for the Tigers' second run of the game. That ball bounced right off the lip of the plate in the front of the plate, and then bounced straight up in the air and about 10 feet behind Hoffman. Hoffman had no chance to pull that one down. Meverden saw how high that was and sprinted home for run number 2 for the Tigers. Base is clear now for Krieger and the Tigers. Two balls, 1 strike. Grounded to short. Pick there, thrown over, and in time. Krieger erased. 6-3 as Becker fired over to Rankin for out number 1. Bunnell ready as Bowman steps in for his second at-bat of the game. Nice pitch there by Bunnell. Inside pitch, and that will be out of play. And Wagon, oh, almost. We almost got the Wagon. We're going to get that Wagon one of these times. Come on, a commercial here after the inning. We will show you the Wagon. All right, we're making a big deal of this Wagon. I'm making a big deal of this Wagon. The Wagon is going to be very disappointing to people watching at home. No balls, 2 strikes. Bunnell looks in. Bowman awaits. Swing and a miss. Bunnell records his first strikeout of the game as Bowman goes down swinging for out number 2. Coffrin steps in for the Tigers, singled in his first at-bat in the first. Second plate appearance today for Coffrin. Outside pitch is a strike. Speaking of multi-sport athletes, Coffrin handles most of the kicking duties for the Marshfield Tigers, and Tigers had a exciting football season this past year, and Coffrin, 2 of those kicks for game winners made it extra exciting. Seems like a long time ago though now, as we're standing here in 60-plus degree weather waiting for things to warm up all the way, and Coffrin gets another single, second hit of the game for Mason. 2-out action here for the Tigers. Third baseman Isaiah Byrell steps in now for the Tigers. His ground out to third ended things in the first. But again, a very pleasant, call it about 63 degrees. And another ground out to third for Byrell, and the throw low gets past Rankin. Coffrin will advance to third, and big turn at third for Coffrin, and he will stay there, but that ball in the dirt. E5, and Byrell advances over to second on the throwing error. Coffrin over to third. That ball might have been able to be scooped by Rankin, but that ball low and in the dirt as it was thrown over by Smith. So runners now second and third. Preston Wagner can help his cause here as today's Marshfield Tigers starting pitcher steps in now, looking to add to the scoreboard. And hits that one to left center. Center field arranging over. No, nobody's there to get it. Both runs will come in for the Tigers, and Wagner be gunned down at second base. But a 2 RBI hit for Preston Wagner puts the Tigers up 4-1 as we end things here in the third inning. We will be back after this.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage?
Sure, I want to show the wagon.
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit.
The wagon on screen.
Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to
along with
purchase
those two guys,
or refinance.
along with Tim Krause.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
All right, back here at Woodside Sports Complex, and there it is, the nearly world-famous wagon here. But directly behind home plate sits that wagon, and had a couple of those foul balls near the wagon. But yeah, a nice sports complex here in Wisconsin Dells. Another nice one down the road in Mauston. And again, we will be in Mauston a little bit later today as we check out game number 2 of a Merrill South boys baseball doubleheader, Stratford-Edgar, and we'll bring that live for you as well. Stephen, that'll be on the Stratford Tiger YouTube channel, okay? You'll be able to find links for those at Stratford on Focus, Stratford Tigers on Focus, and we'll put it on the Zaleski Sports page as well. You can also head over to YouTube and search out Stratford Tigers, and that game will show up live, just like this one is showing up live for you right now. Rankin grounds out to Byrell at third. Byrell fires over one hop, and Coffrin digs it out for the first out of the inning. Casey Hoffman at bat for the Blue Jays. Hoffman singled back in the second for his first plate appearance today. At bat number 2 here for Hoffman. He was stranded at second after a flyout and a strikeout, and Krieger knocks that one down, but Hoffman will reach on an infield single. Third baseman Holden Smith now for the Blue Jays. We are 4-1 in the top of the fourth. Tigers got 3 across in the bottom of the third. A pass ball scored 1, and then it was a 2 RBI single for Wagner to score the 3 Tiger runs That ball skips ahead. Earl fires down to second. Krieger steps in front, but no. As Hoffman alertly takes second base. One out, runner on second for the Blue Jays. Ball lifted down the left field line. Meverden giving chase and gets under it for out number 2. Nice play there by Isaac Meverden to chase that one down. Pitch 55 there for Meverden, as we see Logan Schreiner warming up in the Tigers bullpen. Throwback is not in time. Tigers coached by John Bauer. We'll see what Bauer's got in mind for Schreiner. Again, Schreiner warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers, as Wagner really has had a high pitch number from the get-go here. Inside for a ball. Scheduled for 2 7-inning games here. We will be here through the end of this one, and to be determined for game 2, as we need to leave some time to get over to Mauston for give you 2 full games today and let you see a couple different teams. Again, Marshfield, Merrill here. Stratford, Edgar over in Mauston. Game 2 there. Probably we'll see a first pitch sometime between 5:30 and 6. Tonight, Steve Maves will be on the call for you there. Inside for a ball. And then highlights of this game and Stratford, Edgar available later tonight. Check out your favorite Zaleski Sports Facebook channel for those highlights. High strike called there. 3 balls, 1 strike to Alex Mann. Strike 3 called as Mann threw his bat. He was headed to first. Umpire, or actually strike 2 called, my apologies. Strike 2 called. Mann was headed down to first. Umpires usually not big fans of that. Throwing your bat and trying to get down to first before that strike call comes up. And strike 3 called now, as Mann walks back to the dugout, disappointed there, but another strikeout for Preston Wagner. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon for Wagner as he sends his Tigers to the dugout. Tigers due up in the bottom of the 4th. They lead 4-1.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value store, is located in downtown Marshfield. We have summer right around the corner. Are you looking to purchase that special toy? Bill's Service Center is your one-stop shop for everything that you need to enjoy your summer. We have a huge inventory of Polaris and Can-Am and ATVs and UTVs. We also have a huge selection of Ski-Doo if you're already planning for next winter. Whether you're looking for something brand new or used, come on down to Bill's Service Center, where we not only sell the equipment, but we fix it too.
All right, again, back here at Woodside Sports Complex in Wisconsin Dells. Marshfield Tigers, bottom of the 4th coming up. They lead 4-1. Earl, Gust, Bushak due up for the Tigers. Again, mentioning in the top of the 4th highlights coming of this game tonight on Facebook first at Zaleski Sports, and then Stratford Tigers Edgar Wildcat Merrill South baseball highlights will be found on Facebook at Stratford Tigers on Focus. Foul tip for pitch number 1 of the at-bat for Earl. We'll bring you highlights, show you everything that you either want to see again or miss the first time around. And the highlights the highlights you should share with your friends. Show everybody the hard work that these student athletes are putting in here on the field today. Strike there at the top of the strike zone. But these kids putting in all kinds of hard work during the week in practice. You get to see that during the games. What you don't see is the hard work at practice plus all the schoolwork they got to figure out how to do. As most of their classmates presumably are still in class right now. I don't see any other kids here, so these kids on the bus ride back home going to have to do some homework. They're doing homework at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. All the work it takes to be a student athlete in high school. Full count to Earl. Bunnell still on the mound for the Blue Jays. Pitch 35 upcoming here for Bunnell. That one grounded right back to him. Picks it on the hop, throws it over to first for out number 1. Bring up the designated hitter, Ben Gust. Gust popped up to the catcher back in the bottom of the second. It was a fine play made by Blue Jay catcher Casey Hoffman as he drifted up the third base line on a towering pop-up. That one foul down the left field line and out of play. Inside pitch there again, driven to left field and down for a single. Gust reaches on a 1-out base hit. Bring up right fielder Riley Bushak. We'll see here, perhaps even in the bottom of the inning, what Coach Bauer's plans are with his pitching situation. Again, Wagner coming up on 70 pitches through 4 innings of work. He had Logan Schreiner warming up in the bullpen in the top of the 4th. And he's still, Schreiner's still in the bullpen now, so I would expect that we will see a pitching change for the Tigers in the top of the 5th. Low there for a ball. Wagner made the last out in the 3rd inning, so probably not a realistic chance Tigers see him in the batting order here in the 4th. If they do, Tigers will be in a nice spot as a lot of runs have to be pushed across to get Wagner up as Bushak flies out to left field for out number 2. Brings up the bottom of the order, left fielder Isaac Meverden. Meverden doubled to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning, and then advanced to 3rd on a pass ball, and then ran home the next pitch on another pass ball that skipped off the front lip of home plate. Broke the 1-1 tie at that point. Tigers scored 2 more in the 3rd and put us where we are now at a 4-1 tally on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, Gust on first. Ground ball there, slow roller to 3rd. Looked at second and got Gust and the lead runner at second base to retire the Tigers. Tigers leave 1 on, 1 hit. Top of the 5th, Marshfield 4, Merrill 1.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
V&H Automotive Service Department, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97. At V&H Automotive of Marshfield, our highly qualified technicians are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. From oil changes to transmission replacements, we are dedicated to maintaining top-tier customer service for both new and pre-owned car buyers. Allow our staff to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. V&H Service, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97. But Preston Wagner does return to the mound here in the top of the fifth for the Tigers, as action has subsided just a little bit in the bullpen. They're not throwing anymore. They're just kind of staying warm down there as that ball came straight back at you. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now as they look down, Schreiner again resumes throwing in the Tiger bullpen. So Logan Schreiner ready, should he be needed here to come on for Wagner in the top of the fifth. Strike there as ball with a little bit of movement there from Wagner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cody Deepris. Ball hit through the gap at second, and Deepris will get on with a leadoff single. And now we'll see if we have any movement here from Coach Bauer in the Marshfield dugout as Schreiner has returned from the bullpen to the dugout. Wagner took a peek over his left shoulder to that bullpen, saw nobody there, but sees Coach Bauer stay in the dugout for the time being. So Wagner stays on for another one. That's Alex Gerke. Low for a ball. Pitch 65 of the afternoon coming up next for Wagner here in the top of the fifth. Hits the bottom part of the strike zone for strike number 1. Nice curveball there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gerke. Started that one on the inside third and wrapped it around the plate. Caught the outside corner for a strike. And skips that one in for ball number 2, and that to me is a sign of a little bit of a tired arm out there. Fouled straight back for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Logan Schreiner in the Marshfield dugout. Looked like he was warm and ready. See if and when Coach Bauer pulls the trigger on that pitching change. Just a bit high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to second baseman Alex Gerke. Wagner ready. Here it is. Lifted up the right field line, and that will be out of play. Near that aforementioned Marshfield Tiger bullpen. Top of the 5th, Marshfield 4, Merrill 1. No outs. Runner at first is the right fielder Depress. Full count from Wagner to Gerke. Foul, and Gerke stays alive. Wagner checks in the Marshfield dugout. Looks for instruction. Checks the runner at first. Popped up and out of play. 9-hitter Gerke did a nice job of staying alive and again keeping that pitch count total high for Preston Wagner. And the full count again. Outside for ball 4. Wagner lost him. Issues the walk to Gerke. Runners now first and second for the Blue Jays. Coach Bauer looked down the bench. And they're going to keep Wagner out there yet again as the Blue Jays move to the top of the order. Chase Bunnell, Blue Jay pitcher, steps in now with runners again first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Throw back, nobody home. Wagner throws to Krieger at his shortstop position. Keep an eye on Cody Depress at second. Again, Gerke down at first. Drawing a crafty walk against Wagner. Outside, ball 1. And Coach Bauer, Marshall Tiger coach, having conversation in his dugout right now. But I didn't think Wagner was coming back for the 5th, and he's out there now, and not only is he out there in the 5th, he's now seen 3 batters in the 5th. Make sure to stay tuned for the post-game show. We will talk to Marshfield Tiger head coach John Bauer. And that'll be one of the questions we'll ask him, what his decision-making process was between the 4th and the 5th inning. Ball lifted towards right field. Bushek having to run in as the wind picked up, gets under it, and records the first out of the inning. And Bauer now will go to the mound, and we will see a pitching change. As that pitching change happens, we will take a quick break and make sure he actually makes the change here, as he's talking to Wagner now. And it looks like Coach perhaps thinking of a double switch here. Last out of the inning for the Tigers was the left fielder Isaac Meverden. But Coach Bauer was able to be convinced by Preston Wagner that we don't need a pitching change, Coach. Conversation was had out there. Again, Blue Jays at the top of the order. This is number 2 hitter Becker. Leadoff hitter Bunnell just flew out to Bushak for the first out. So runners on first and second. Wagner stays in. That ball driven to center field, ranging over, diving stab, no! Seapress will round third and head in. Right behind him is Gerke, and the Blue Jays score 2 here off of a triple from shortstop Peyton Becker. And Coach Bauer now perhaps wishing he hadn't been talked out of that pitching change just a pitch ago. And the pitching change will be made here as we see Logan Schreiner step to the mound for Preston Wagner. We will step aside briefly and be right back.
Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, has fresh cheese curds made daily, along with cheese and sausage trays for your next gathering. Nasonville Dairy is home to over 24 cheese varieties, 1.5 million pounds of milk daily, gives you cheddar, feta, Colby, and even blue marble jack. Shop in the store or online at NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, a family tradition of quality. Assuming umpire's going to give us an update here, so I'm just going to wait to get that. I see Wagner still, he's standing at second. There, he's staying in.
Oh,
yeah, he'll update us. Uh-oh, coming this way.
yeah. 44.
Nice. I've got 6 hits for Merrill.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, okay.
And then Marshall should have 6. I have 6 for Marshall as well. Oh, you have 3 errors?
Earned runs, yeah.
Well, we're not going to get... I'll have to get it between minutes.
All right, well, we'll make the best of it. All right, so I have to patch this together here a little bit for you folks. We've got Logan Schreiner on the mound now for the Tigers. Wagner stays on. He moves to second base. Coughlin remains at first. Now the infield looks to be the same after that. And what that would mean is then the double switch was put on for Voss. Voss will head out of the game as Wagner takes his place at second, which would add up as, see a foul tip there by Pearson Pyan, as Voss is being DH'd for anyway, so the defensive move there keeps Gust in at the DH spot, so that does make sense. One ball, 2 strikes. Preston Wagner finishes, giving up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. On the effort from Wagner, he leaves 1 on. That's his base runner at third. That ball bounced in by Schreiner. Peyton Becker stands at third after he hit a line drive past a diving Brant Bowman in center field, scored 2. He lands at third, and Merrill tightens the game here. 1-run deficit for the Blue Jays in the top of the 5th. Schreiner right to first base on the line. That is a line out. Nice job there by Coughlin to get his glove down. A line drive out. Out number 2 brings up Cordell Rankin. Rankin a base on balls and a ground ball out in his first 2 at-bats. Yeah. Swung at a high pitch there for strike number 1. And Rankin attempting to get Becker in and tie up this game here in the top of the 5th for the Blue Jays. Schreiner low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the 1-1 bounced right back to Schreiner off his glove, and the run is going to come across. Can Rankin beat out the throw? No, the run will not count on the force out, as Rankin not able to beat that one out. The Tigers will retain their lead going into the bottom of the inning as Wagner charged on to make sure that earned run didn't come across and keep the Tigers one up on the Blue Jays. We move to the bottom of the fifth. Marshfield 4, Merrill 3.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value store, is located in downtown Marshfield.
Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, has fresh cheese curds made daily, along with cheese and sausage trays for your next gathering. Nasonville Dairy is home to over 24 cheese varieties, 1.5 million pounds of milk daily, gives you cheddar, feta, Colby, and even blue marble jack. Shop in the store or online at NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, a family tradition of quality.
All right, back here at Woodside in Wisconsin Rapids as we take a look down Tigers side of things, and we will start back at the top of the order for Marshfield. Krieger, Bowman, Coffrin, and you see those three getting their bats ready on deck for the Tigers. Merrill scratched 2 across in the top of the inning. Puts us where we are now at 4-3. Schreiner came in a relief of Preston Wagner in the top of the inning. Got 2 outs, and it was Wagner recording the 3rd out on a nice play from second base as he moved off the pitcher's mound on the pitching change back to second. And the throw beat out Rankin racing up the first base line. If it didn't, we would have had a tie game as the run had come across. But the force out prevents that run from being tallied. 4-3, bottom of the 5th. Krieger lays down the bunt and bunts it foul. Tigers trying to get a quick base runner on here, see if they can catch the Blue Jays napping. We take a look down the third base line. Smith stays level with the bag after the first pitch bunt shown by Krieger. No bunt there, and the ball thrown behind Krieger as Bunnell lost control of that one. That one ripped right back up the middle, and Krieger will get the Tigers started with a leadoff single in the bottom of the 5th. Bowman steps in for the Tigers. He has flown out and struck out his first 2 at-bats. Throw over to first, not in time. Krieger slides back in. I guess one good thing of not playing on dirt and the sliding, you don't need to clean up the uniforms too much. Another throw over to first. As Blue Jays playing Bowman to bunt here, see if he does. Bit of a pitch out there by Bunnell. He threw that one high. Got the catcher out of the stance just in case. No action though at that pitch for the Tigers. See what they do on the 1-0. Here it is. Krieger on the move, races down to second base. Throw off the mark and behind. Krieger steals second, and Tigers put a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Rankin moves in at first base. Again, watching for that Bowman bunt. The 2-0 inside, ball 3. Again, scheduled for 7 innings here in game number 1. We've got another foul ball in our field here, so we'll stop play just for a moment. Had 3 of those in total. 1 of those happened during the pitching change. That one didn't much matter, but 2 of these now cause us to stop play just momentarily. Another one inside. Bowman walks on 4 straight. Yeah, Blue Jays action in their bullpen. No number. The pitcher warming up has got his jacket on, so can't find a number there. As soon as we find one, we'll let you know. But Blue Jays with action in their bullpen. Home plate umpire says meeting over, get back here, let's play. But again, I mentioned those balls over being hit from the JV field over here. We'd much rather have those small interruptions than have no game at all. And this, and there would be no game at all if this game were to be played in Marshfield and Merrill today. Low for a strike. So we'll take a couple small interruptions and get 2 games in today. We got no problem doing that. Outside for a ball. Pitch number 45 of the day for Chase Bunnell, upcoming next. And again, his pitch count stayed in much better shape than Wagner's did. That ball ripped to first base as it's taken there, and step back on the base does Rankin. Both runners, though, advance as Coffrin moves the runners over. Both now in scoring position for Isaiah Birel. Birel's grounded out and reached on an error. He's also scored 1, and we'll have a quick meeting here at the mound. No pitching change coming here as Blue Jay pitcher still warming up in the bullpen. And this meeting will give me time to remind you again, stay tuned to the post-game show here today as we'll talk to Marshfield Tiger head coach John Bauer. Should the Tigers win, we'll also talk to our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. And then you can watch for highlights and those interviews on Facebook later tonight over at Zaleski Sports. I would imagine those will be up around 8 p.m. or so tonight. Check out all the highlights, relive the game action through those highlights, and then watch player and coach post-game interviews. See what Coach had to say about today's game. One thing, win or lose, we will talk to Coach Bauer about is his decision on Preston Wagner, keeping him in and then taking him out. We'll kind of get his view on that. Everything's always better looking back on the action. You can kind of get a clearer mind and view of what happened here. So we'll have another quick mound visit here as Casey Hoffman heads back out to talk to Chase. All right, Blue Jays perhaps changing signs here as the Tigers might have been able to crack the code on a couple of those. 2 balls, no strikes to Birel. Pitch behind Birel. 3 balls, no strikes. But again, we'll talk to Coach Bauer, get his take on what was going through his mind as Wagner was dealing from the mound in the top of the 5th. Always interesting to hear what goes through a coach's mind as these things are happening live. Speaking of Wagner, he steps in now with bases loaded, 1 out. And again, that conversation about when to take Wagner out, when not to take him out, could be all null and void should the Tigers score a bunch of runs here. Wagner lifts that one towards center. Krieger stands on third base. The catch is made, and Krieger comes home. The throw comes all the way home. Krieger does have to slide. Throw gets past Hoffman, and Byrell and Bowman advance to second and third base respectively. But the Tigers scratch another one across here in the bottom of the inning. An RBI sac fly by Preston Wagner. Three RBI now for Wagner on the day. Leading candidate to be in the house tonight. As I would grade his pitching performance as solid, but 3 RBI, that's something better than solid. It's pretty good. Not to mention the play he made on 2 batters after he was taken out of the game to end the inning. That one lifted high up into the pine trees behind me and out of play. As now we finally got some kids here to run these balls down. One little kid, one big kid. But school's still in session back in Merrill and Marshfield. So if there's kids here, they've got a special exemption not to be at school today, or at least for the afternoon. Fairly decent crowd here for Merrill. I guess I will say that. I'd say a good 24 folks here from Merrill. Somewhat similar numbers for the Marshfield contingent. I would say Marshfield maybe just a tick less here in attendance. Nice job by the folks from Merrill. Long drive from Merrill. Again, that one lifted up and out of play. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, normally you'd say, well, you know, how am I going to get out of work and go watch a baseball game? But then you throw in the Dells into it, and then it becomes, well, maybe I could. At least that would be my mindset coming into it. Something a little bit easier about skipping work and going to the Dells. And you get to watch a baseball game on top of it. But, of course, all of you watching back at home, you still get to see the game and get to finish out your work or your school day. I don't know. Do kids at school watch this live? I don't know. Probably not. A lot of folks at work watching right now. I know that because, well, we can see you. But base on balls there worked nicely by Jacob Earl. 2 outs, bases loaded. And designated hitter Ben Gust up for the 3rd time today. Had a single his last at-bat back in the 4th. But again, these games made free and possible so you all can stay at work and watch these games by the sponsors you see on the screen and in between innings. Make sure to thank them. That one is hit towards center field and will get down. Gust, 1 across, and the 2nd run comes in. Nobody at 3rd, and runners will go to 2nd and 3rd on the throw. It's a 2 RBI single for Ben Gust. So nice work there by Gus to stay down on that ball, drive it into center field, and get it to land in. We will have a pitching change here for the Merrill Blue Jays as Chase Bunnell will finish his afternoon, and we will catch you up on all the changes after this.
Check out Clemmy Sales, located at 125 North 2nd Avenue in Stratford. For over a century, Clemmy Sales has been your #1 trusted Chevrolet dealership. From beginning to end in your car buying process, Clemmy will treat you like family each and every visit. Head on down to Clemmy Sales today to check out all their inventory, including the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado. Clemmy Sales, proud supporters of local high school athletics.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value Store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value Store, is located in downtown Marshfield.
All right, pitching change made by the Blue Jays. We see Jaden Seuss on the mound for Merrill. See if we can get an update here on where Chase Bunnell went, but if I think he left. He left the game. No designated hitter in for the Blue Jays. I don't know if there's any other changes out there. We'll catch them up as we can for you. At Jaden Seuss in to pitch for the Blue Jays. Bunnell gave up 8 hits, struck out 1, 7 runs on the board, and the runner at third is Jacob Earl. And that is also, and second is Ben Gust. Those runners the responsibility of Chase Bunnell. So Earl at third, Gust at second. As Seuss comes in with 2 outs. And he will face Riley Bushak. Bushak steps in, flew out to left field in the 4th inning, grounded out to short, back in the 2nd. And the first pitch by Seuss comes in for a strike. Back-to-back strikes by Seuss. First 2 pitches come in the strike zone. 0-2 pitch upcoming here with 2 outs. Again, Gus stands at second. Earl at third for the Tigers. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 looking as he caught the outside corner. Sits down Bushak for the 3rd out. Seuss does his job. Records the final out of the inning for the Blue Jays, but damage was done as the Tigers scored 3 in the 5th. They lead by 4, 7-6, top of the 6th, upcoming next.
We have summer right around the corner. Are you looking to purchase that special toy? Bill's Service Center is your one-stop shop for everything that you need to enjoy your summer. We have a huge inventory of Polaris and Can-Am and ATVs and UTVs. We also have a huge selection of Ski-Doo if you're already planning for next winter. Whether you're looking for something brand new or used, come on down to Bill's Service Center, where we not only sell the equipment, but we fix it too.
V&H Automotive Service Department, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97. At V&H Automotive of Marshfield, our highly qualified technicians are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. From oil changes to transmission replacements, we are dedicated to maintaining top-tier customer service for both new and pre-owned car buyers. Allow our staff to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. V&H Service, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97.
All right, Logan Schreiner remains on for the Tigers as we go to the top of the 6th. Marshfield 7, Merrill 3. Again, Tigers scored 3 in the 5th. Also came alive for 3 back in the 3rd. 7th run scored back in the 2nd inning. Blue Jays pushed across 2 in the top of the 5th, and they're going to be looking for action here as we start the top of the 6th with a strike. Off-speed pitch, grounded towards third. Byrell picks it there and throws over in time for out number 1. Casey Hoffman, the ground out. Brings up the third baseman, Holden Smith. Schreiner ready, and first pitch to Smith is low for a strike. The wind picks up just a bit here, now coming in from right field. The wind switched all the way around here on us. Start of the game blowing out just a bit, but not much wind at all now. The wind picking up. You see leaves start to scatter in front of us. That one low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Smith. Drops the curveball in for strike 3, does Schreiner. Nice pitch for the second out. Pinch hitter Spencer Schreiner. Schreiner in for Mann. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the left and out of play. Schreiner pitching, Schreiner hitting. That one fouled back. Strike 2. Be a more interesting story if they were related. And the 0-2 low for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Here it is. Swung on, Coffrin picks it and will run to the bag himself for out number 3. Tigers sit down the Blue Jays 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. Score remains Marshfield 7, Merrill 3.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage payment?
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit. At Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to purchase or refinance.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
We have summer right around the corner. Are you looking to purchase that special toy? Bill's Service Center is your one-stop shop for everything that you need to enjoy your summer. We have a huge inventory of Polaris and Can-Am and ATVs and UTVs. We also have a huge selection of Ski-Doo if you're already planning for next winter. Whether you're looking for something brand new or used, come on down to Bill's Service Center, where we not only sell the equipment, but we fix it too.
I don't have to stand all the way up there. This is easier.
All right, back here in Wisconsin Dells as we move to the bottom of the 6th. For Merrill, Jaden Seuss remains on for the Blue Jays. He will pitch bottom of the 6th. Isaac Meverden will lead things off for the Tigers. Meverden doubled in the 3rd, grounded out back in the 4th. And lifts that one towards right field, coming on and making the catch. Nice job there by Cody Depress. Records out number 1 for the Blue Jays. Back to the top of the order we go for Marshfield. Krieger will step in for his 4th at-bat today. Fly out, ground out, and a single for Krieger. Scored back in the 5th off that single. Part of a 3-run 5th inning for the Tigers. Krieger almost put that one in the water hazard. Got a small retention pond behind the Tiger dugout up the first baseline. They've got just about everything here. That one grounded slowly to third. Krieger racing down, no throw, as Smith didn't want to take a chance here and rip that one down the line. So Krieger reaches on an infield single, brings up Brant Bowman. It was after that Krieger single back in the 5th. Bowman walked. And then both of them scored off of the Ben Gust RBI. The Ben Gust single scored both of those guys. Outside for a ball. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Again, Krieger the runner at first. That one sails in for strike 1. Bowman fly out to left in the 1st, struck out back in the 3rd, and again that walk and the run scored back in the 5th inning. That one inside. Bowman ducks out of the way of that pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tiger teammates encouraging him to wear that one. Swing and a miss on a ball above his eyes. Bowman smiles back into the dugout. Says, I know, I know. Full count now. Seuss worked it back to full. Here's the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Bowman walks in back-to-back innings for the Tigers. Krieger moves to second. Brings up first baseman Mason Coffrin. Coffrin 2 for 3 on the day. Scored a run. Very nice spectacles being put on by Mr. Coffrin today. Stylish as always. Talked earlier in the game about his place kicking duties for the Tigers, and yeah, leave it to a kicker to be a little bit of a diva. Outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning. That was a Mason Coffrin fly out to right. Krieger reached an infield single. Bowman stands at first with a walk. Ball hit towards the gap in left center. Krieger halfway, and that one is going to get down all the way to the wall. Krieger rounds third. Bowman! Lightning fast Brant Bowman will score all the way from first. We're going to have a play at third as Coffrin gunned down at third. He tried to stretch that out into a 3-bagger, but a 2 RBI double for Mason Coffrin. Isaiah Byrle steps in. It was a 7-5 putout on Coffrin, but a 2 RBI double breaks this one wide open now in the bottom of the 6th. 9-3 Marshfield over Merrill. Again, these two will become familiar with each other by the end of the outing here, as they'll play another one right after the conclusion of this one. Doubleheader here scheduled at Woodside in the Dells. But they will give us enough time in between. We will talk to Coach Bauer, Marshfield Tiger head coach. Coach also going to bring a player of the game with him, as Byrell keeps things going here. 2-out single for Isaiah Byrell, brings up Preston Wagner. But usually here in the broadcast booth, we choose the player of the game. We leave this one up to Coach. And you never know what you're going to get sometimes, especially with a baseball coach. These coaches are a peculiar breed to begin with. So it'll be a surprise to everybody. Pickoff play back at first. Overthrew it, though. Seuss overthrew it. Byrell is going to take it all the way. He's rounding second to third, and he will get into third on the overthrow. The ball was a little bit high to Rankin at first. You would think Rankin should have been able to bring that one down, though. Error on the Merrill defense. Again, brings Byrell all the way around to third. Wagner hasn't seen a pitch yet. Here it is, and right down the middle for a strike. But Wagner looking to pad his stats. Again, he's got 3 RBI on the day already. 2 outs here. Is going to need to get this one on the ground to get a 4th RBI. Outside corner for strike 2. See that in the game sometime as the game draws to the end and the score extends out. The strike zone extends out with it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Chopper back to the mound. Seuss picks it there. Fires over to first in time for the out, but the Tigers get 2 more in the bottom of the 6th, increase their lead 9-3. Top of the 7th coming up next.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage payment?
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit. At Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to purchase or refinance.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value store, is located in downtown Marshfield.
Top of the 7th for the Blue Jays. Depress Gerke, and then back to the top of the order with Seuss. Seuss scheduled to hit third. Relief pitcher, we'll see if Blue Jays send up Seuss or if we get another pinch hitter for the Blue Jays at Depress and Gerke. Scheduled to be up. Again, we hit inning number 7. Merrill in a hole, down by 6. 9-3. Schreiner on for the Tigers. He's worked an inning and a third to this point. My apologies, inning and 2/3. Outside for ball 2. But inning and 2/3, he's got a strikeout to his name. No runs given up for Schreiner. All right, down the middle for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, we are scheduled for 7 innings here in game number 1. Make sure to stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll talk to Marshfield Tiger head coach John Bauer and a Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House Player of the Game to be named as Coffrin calmly steps on the bag for out number 1. Again, it was Wagner giving up the 3 runs in 4 1/3 innings pitched. Could have been worse, as when he left the game, left a runner on third. But Schreiner able to come in and shut things down. Off-speed pitch high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets that one to bend in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman, Gerke. Gerke struck out back in the 3rd and reached via walk in the 5th. And keeps alive with that one, and that one will go into the water. Splash down for Gerke. We've been waiting for that. Yeah, it's a floater. And the 1-2 from Schreiner. Lifted into left field. That'll get down for a hit. 1 out single for Gerke will rotate things for the Blue Jays back to the top of the order. And it is Bunnell who remains in the game to hit. So presumably moved him to DH. Rolls it to second base. Over Wagner to Krieger for 1 to second. It got it! Double play Tigers. And that ends game number 1 here at Woodside in Wisconsin Dells. It is the Marshfield Tigers 9, the Merrill Blue Jays 3. We'll be back with our post-game show and Marshfield Tiger head coach John Bauer after this.
V&H Automotive Service Department, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97. At V&H Automotive of Marshfield, our highly qualified technicians are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. From oil changes to transmission replacements, we are dedicated to maintaining top-tier customer service for both new and pre-owned car buyers. Allow our staff to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. V&H Service, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97.
Since 1924, Milwaukee Tools has led the industry in both durability and performance. Hiller's True Value is your home for Milwaukee Tools here in Marshfield. Check them out to see the latest lineup of Milwaukee Tools. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, Hiller's True Value store on Central Avenue is your complete home store. And for those bigger projects, keep in mind they're just Ask Rental Services. Your local hardware home, Hiller's True Value store is located in downtown Marshfield.
Check out Clemmy Sales, located at 125 North 2nd Avenue in Stratford. For over a century, Clemmy Sales has been your #1 trusted Chevrolet dealership. From beginning to end in your car buying process, Clemmy will treat you like family each and every visit. Head on down to Clemmy Sales today to check out all their inventory, including the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado. Clemmy Sales, proud supporters of local high school athletics.
Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, has fresh cheese curds made daily, along with cheese and sausage trays for your next gathering. Nasonville Dairy is home to over 24 cheese varieties, 1.5 million pounds of milk daily, gives you cheddar, feta, Colby, and even blue marble jack. Shop in the store or online at nasonvilledairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, a family tradition of quality. Nice game.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so you're here post-game with Marshfield Tiger head coach John Bauer. Coach, 9-3 win here in game number 1. Ended on a nice double play, nice turn there from Krieger to Wagner over to Coffrin. So let's just start there. Talk about defense and the defensive work today put on by your guys.
Yeah, we did a great job. I don't know how many double plays we turned. It looked like we had 2 or 3.
I had 2.
2 of them, okay. And then we had some really nice plays. Preston had a nice hustle play, I know, to get us out of a jam earlier. It was actually, I think it was one of the first hitters after we pulled them from the game pitching. Yeah, it was just great defensive performance. It really makes it easy when we're playing like that.
Yeah, let's talk about Preston's work today. Put in 4 1/3 innings. Looked like you had some decisions to be made there with Preston. You had Logan in the bullpen. Let's talk about that. It looked like maybe you were going to pull him a little bit. You actually met with him on the mound, came back in, gave up a hit after that. But talk about that decision-making process today.
Well, I met with him. I wanted to see how he was feeling. And I was looking at it too, and it just looked like he was a little bit slower, and I wasn't sure if he was trying to take off a little bit, try to get ahead in the count and get a strike. But after I went and visited with him, that next hitter, it just looked like it was time. So I thought I just told him I'll give you 1 or 2 more here and let's see what it looks like. But yeah, after that next one, I thought it's time to make a change now because Logan was ready to go. And
yeah, you brought in Schreiner. He got the 2 outs, left that inning, the 4th inning with a 4-3 lead. Then the offense did the rest of the work from there. Talk about putting 9 runs up on the board today.
Yeah, we're really doing a nice job squaring the ball up, and right now it's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, it really is. Preston drove in a few runs today too to help out his own cause, and we got a few guys right here that had some pretty good hitting performances today, and Mason had 2 hits. So yeah, we did a nice job, especially with runners in scoring position too. We got a few base running things that we got to clean up from that first game, but with runners in scoring position too, it seems like when we get guys out there now, we're knocking them in. Early in the year, it seemed like we struggled with that a little bit, but yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch us swing the bat right now.
Good. Congratulations, Coach, on the win.
Yeah,
and we'll keep up with you during the season. Appreciate everything. We'll talk to our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game, Mason Coffrin. Mason, we teased during the broadcast. He had some pretty cool glasses on. We said that kickers are kind of diva kind of players, it turns out, right? But we're far removed from the football season. We're here in baseball. Got a few games under your belt so far this year. Just talk about where you and the team, how you guys are feeling, where you think you're headed this year.
I think we're a lot better than last year. We won 4 games last year. It kind of hurt last year, only winning 4 games. Lost in a close playoff game, first round. But we came back over the summer and played Legion, or summer baseball teams you were on. And we had a bunch of younger kids step up. Like, we had a couple freshmen, 2 sophomores who came to Florida with us and showed out that they could play at the varsity level. And I think we have a pretty good chance at conference and then hopefully make our way in the playoffs.
So we talked to Coach about it a little bit, turned 2 double plays during that game. The work of the defense has got to be key, and with Preston maybe wearing down a little bit, you had to have the defense today. Just talk about that effort on the field today.
Our defense is always solid. We have 4 seniors in the infield and a couple seniors in the outfield and then a junior in left field. And we've all just played with each other for so long that we just kind of like connect and we like roll together, and it just kind of all flows. And when you're flowing, it's hard to stop.
Right. Scored 9 runs today. Obviously, you guys were seeing something at the plate. What was the talk in the dugout? What were you guys able to see to make good work of things today?
Jump on him right away. We've hit this kid a couple times before. He's a good pitcher. He'll give you a couple first pitch strikes that you can hit, and that's kind of what I capitalized on. And then 2-strike approach, you got to be confident and hit the ball where you can, and wherever they gave it to you, hit it that way.
Yeah, and in a 4-3 game, as it was in the 4th inning, you guys got to be clutch. You were one of those guys, clutch in those final couple innings. What was it like seeing those runs come across the plate?
Well, first, Preston Wagner, beautiful hitting today. Had a couple RBIs. Ben Gus had a big inning, the 4th inning, big hit to left center field. And then I had the double in the 6th inning, I think it was, that scored 2. And when we're feeling ourselves hitting, we're really feeling ourselves, and we can score a lot of runs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, Marshfield wins 9-3 here in game number 1, and it just feels good to be out playing baseball, right? I mean, Hackman's not quite ready yet, so nice weather here. All right, well, now we're going to put Mason in the house, if that's all right. Yeah. We're going to do it right here, so I'm going to give you the microphone. I'm going to step out of the way.
Can I get, like, my team over here?
If you put in, bring them all over then.
Clemmy Sales, located at 125 North 2nd
Get
Avenue.
Preston.
Yeah, they were all out here making fun of us earlier, so now we get to...
I heard a couple of the jokes you had, saying I was the kicker and the glasses and a little fancy out there.
Nice. Oh,
come on, Isaac!
Fence house.
Isaac, come here! Preston Wagner.
Hey,
He's in the house.
A little hustle here.
Yeah.
You know, it's only live TV. I mean, what are we doing here?
All right, come on.
Wait, are we saying he's in the house?
We're in the house.
Oh, yeah, we're in the house.
Yeah, we're in the house.
Ready?
Oh, okay, hold that up.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
We're in the house.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys. Good luck in game 2. We're headed over to Mauston for Edgar Stratford. So good luck, guys.